Coming up on this episode of This Is True Really News, two judges, count them, two judges.
And one
are in trouble.
No.
How is that possible? They're judges.
A judge in trouble?
Two judges in trouble. That's double jeopardy. That's illegal.
How?
We'll get to the story second. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News, because that's your gateway to frivolity like this. Stuff this good, right? So make sure you join us. Like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. We will be forever in your debit.
So we're like a card.
Debt.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
It's October 26th.
It is not.
But
Oh, you're setting the scene for the story. Is this another Halloween story after Christmas?
No.
New Year's?
12-year-old Aiden was getting picked up unexpectedly by his dad from a birthday party in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Told they were going to a park. Instead, according to KABC TV, that's a lot of letters, he reported the man started driving to Las Vegas. And Aiden became concerned because he believed his dad was driving drunk. The fact that dad was wearing a Las Vegas Raiders helmet might have been a clue.
Hey, kid. Road trap.
Aiden called 911 explaining the situation. He told the dispatcher the car has Raider plates on the front and in the back. And the drivers were wearing a Raiders freaking helmet.
Well, it can be dangerous out there.
Yeah, boy.
What if the coyote or the roadrunner gets you?
Well, the roadrunner would get you. The coyote never would. He'd fall off a cliff. Or
so maybe he's the coyote.
More like officers caught up with the car, and Aiden's dad now does in fact face charges of DUI and child abuse. I'm guessing there's probably a child endangerment in there too, but who am I to be nit and or picky?
I just hope they throw the book at him. Take the helmet off first, though. I wanted to be able to hit his nose.
Either way, because if you put that helmet on him and start banging it around with books and things, it'll jar some brain cells. Maybe a couple will come loose and function.
Ooh, that might be nice. Good grief. This from Reason.com.
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
As my son says, that's just good parenting right there.
From Reason.com. The Michigan Judicial Tenure Commission has found that two Detroit judges, Demetria Brew and Deborah Nance, violated judicial ethics. You want to know how? They attempted to use their positions to try to get a discount on wild guess, a discount on
drugs,
bicycle rentals.
Really?
During a conference.
They're looking at jail time for bicycle rentals.
Well, they were on Mackinac Island.
Sure, that makes all the difference.
Things are different there.
Apparently.
They threatened to accuse the owner of assault when he refused to give them a discount, then lied about the incident to investigators. You want to know how the investigators knew they were lying?
How did they?
Video from the bike shop showed Brew grab the receipt out of the owner's hand and tear it up.
Subtle.
Investigators said Brew then said to the owner, "You assaulted me. Did you just assault me? You took my receipt and tore it up. I want the police. I am a judge. I am an African-American female. That was racist, and it was disrespectful, and it was violent."
Yeah.
They will now face a judge
who
will be appointed.
What if he wants something?
To determine what discipline, if any, they will receive. Let me just suggest to the judge hearing this, kick these two nuts in the butt.
Exactly.
Good grief.
It's amazing what one will sell one's integrity for.
Discounted bike rentals.
Bike rentals.
And judges, I think, do okay pay-wise.
Well, and the scary part is, do you know
even
how long
in socialist Michigan.
Do you know how it takes you to get there, even in socialist Michigan? You don't just graduate law school and become a judge.
Right. You got to practice as an attorney for a while.
Wow.
Right.
Of course, most attorneys I know could use the practice. So
there we go. I love Michael. I hate lawyers.
That was some weird one line, something about, listen, some men and two lawyers. Okay.
Don't let Patrick's brother hear you say that. He is
Patrick's
a barrister.
brother a barrister?
Yeah, he is.
What's the difference between a barrister and an attorney?
Nothing.
Because there are subtle differences apparently in the
That's
UK.
in the costume, I think.
Really? One wears a wig and one does.
Yeah. Truth is, I have no idea.
You would look interesting as a barrister with just a little white cotton thing on your head. That I'd pay money for that,
and I'd be singing sea shanties.
Those were all the rage for about 8 minutes, weren't they?
Oh yeah. I love the Wellerman song.
That's it. Where was
it from? New Zealand.
Really? Did you know that is the southernmost tip of the tropical islands, and where Lydia Ko lives?
I hear she
the
just
number
got
one
married.
Women's golfer in the world who just got married.
It's so funny because she started out her career and she was just tearing up the league, and then for a couple of years there she didn't play so
good.
Well.
She tried. You know why? By the way,
because she in solidarity with Tiger Woods.
Sort of. She wanted to change her swing.
Ooh.
Okay, so here's a woman who I don't know.
Don't you dance with the girl? What brought you?
I thought she was all. In the old days, you never heard that.
Yeah, right.
Right. You learned. You played with what you had and figured out ways to use that.
Yeah,
worked okay for Jack Nicklaus, Arnie Palmer, Byron Nelson, ad infinitum. Anyway, yeah. So her swing was. So she did now. She actually is in the. She's in the upper part of the bottom half in driving now.
Well, that's everything, isn't it?
She gained some yards. But what hurt was it messed her up around. She used to be a magician. She was like Seve Ballesteros. For golf people, you know what I mean.
Around the green.
She was a master around the green.
Wow.
And the last couple of years, you started to see some of that, and you go, come on, baby, come on.
Do it.
But you'd still have, she'd win a tournament, and she could have won a few others, but putts would go just missing. Stuff around the green would not be quite there, or a drive would put her in her bag. Anyway.
If she was lining up her shot, Tiger would barrel through in an SUV at about 90 miles an hour.
He would never do that because he's one of those guys that appreciates good golf. And honest to God, if you watch the women play,
maybe he'd be asleep and didn't know.
There's some amazing golf, and they look better than the guys.
They do look better than the guys. Back to the story at hand.
And Nelly Korda. I mean, you're looking at a 5'11" model if she wanted to be.
Sure.
And as Lee Trevino said, you guys are lucky she's playing here.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't hit 300-yard drives often. Apparently,
you and I have done that.
We have, but we do it by freak dumb luck.
Yeah, she actually has some intention.
Yeah, and it goes where she wants it to go.
Ours went where they should have.
Once.
Well, yeah, but it was a great shot.
It was. They were actually, yes. 37-year-old Bud May of Kyle, South Dakota, losteth his bid for stateth House of Representatives in 2022. And that may have been a good thing.
2022.
Because last November, May was arrested and charged with second-degree rape after an alleged assault of a woman in a bar bathroom stall. See, it's not all romantic like you see in the movies.
Right.
Head off for the ladies' room. I am just trying to figure out once. I'm just trying to, even in my randiest days, I'm trying to figure out once where you approach the girl and say, how about we sneak into the bathroom stall? And
yeah, because it's such a clean environment.
Yeah, I might as well suggest a threesome.
This could be a leisurely, wonderful little time we're going to have, except for all the other people walking in all the time.
And yeah. According to the Argus leader, when he was asked in court whether the interaction was consensual, he replied, I'm 6'8". It's all consensual.
Oh, son.
He's 37, dude. You got to know better by then.
Oh, hang on. Let me amend my exclamation.
Yep.
Oh, stupid man.
There you go. Police reported when they found the victim, she was cowering behind the bar, had dirt and blood on her, which she said was Mays because he was in an earlier altercation.
Oh, this guy's a real
piece of work.
Yeah.
May appeared in court for a separate incident, and he has.
You wonder why?
Oh, wait for it. He has 3 outstanding warrants from the Oglala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety from September and October.
Wow.
I don't know. Might just be my thought. But you might want to put this guy away somewhere.
Or get him to stop drinking. I wonder if it's alcohol fueled.
Well, if you put him away in the right spot, he can't drink.
Yeah, I suppose that's true too. Yeah. So.
And by the way, if you see anyone who's 6'8" and you're a lady, I'm guessing of Indian descent,
stay away from that guy.
Stay far away. Stay at least 2 6'5" guys away from him.
Speaking of
at 13 feet. Thank you.
Speaking of, or 58.
However that works out for you.
Speaking of stupid criminals, 2 would-be intruders got the fright of their lives.
How fright-lived were they?
Oh, boy. Their genius master plan to break into a house quickly turned into a nightmare.
Is this going to be on Netflix?
Unfortunately, probably not, but it should be. Unfortunately, you know what we ought to do is we ought to do a show with all our stupid criminals and just reenact the stuff. And then we could narrate it.
Dude.
What? That's work.
There's some of the stuff even I couldn't.
Anyway, they did.
What's my motivation? I don't know.
I don't care.
I have no idea.
Just act stupid. They didn't quite realize exactly whose home they were trying to enter. And this is, just as
was it a 1313 Mockingbird Lane?
No, it wasn't.
Rat.
But that would have been fun.
Or it could have been the Addams Family house.
See?
By the way, if you see a cute little girl with black pigtails, run. Freaking run.
By the way, Anne watched Wednesday, and she loved it.
It's one of those you look at and go, you watch the first episode and you go, okay.
I'm intrigued.
And by the second episode, it already found its legs and was off.
Mm-hmm.
It was just amazingly good.
Good show.
Jenna Ortega can stay.
Oh, and
then you see her
tremendous.
You see her
throughout.
Away from this, right? Because she's got that perfect looking down, looking kind of up at you all the time with that dour look.
Yep. And
everything's delivered deadpan because she's Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then you see her on a talk show or even just photos of her, and you go,
"Is that even the same person?"
Culture shock.
So, dramatic footage of the incident shows 2 people circling a Gold Coast property with a bright, white, shiny Range Rover sitting in the front driveway.
Okay.
A pair of crooks probably thought they'd hit the jackpot and began forcing their way into the property. Now, on the Gold Coast, I'm assuming the property's gated, right?
So somehow they got into the gate.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're tooling around a private community.
Yeah. And at this guy's house.
Yeah.
And then suddenly a shot rang out. A door slammed. A pirate ship appeared on the horizon.
A woman screamed in the back.
Now, suddenly a shirtless, tattooed man bursts out the front door and starts chasing our intrepid ne'er-do-wells.
Are they in a car?
No, they took off running. They had no time to get to the car.
I would have probably gotten the car.
And here's what they didn't know.
Oh, no. The guy they were ripping off?
Yeah, they'd broken into a professional boxer's family home.
I have good news and I have bad news.
Okay, they are.
He is only a boxer.
Yeah.
But he will beat your head right off your shoulders. So, you know those cartoons where thump, 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 and the head rolls? Yeah, that's what we're going to see.
Aussie Casey Caswell, who boasts a record of 8 wins and 1 loss inside the ring, subsequently chased the 2 men down the street, leaving them running for their lives.
Well, he had to get his road work in, so.
Come on, you little C words, he can be heard yelling while the men skedaddled, quick as bunnies into the
crocodiles?
No.
Colanders.
No, he's there. He didn't catch them, but I'm sure they had his car, or he had their car. So this This is not going to take.
I'm guessing it wasn't too long to find them.
No.
Location. It's a big deal in thievery as well. When alleged thief, I feel like they were on a roll here.
Yeah, why not?
Jonathan James Frazier snatched a surveillance camera from the backyard of a home in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
Yeah, I've actually heard of that place.
The camera's owner received
It's Dutch for phone home. What?
Why do I want to?
I just want to add something to the story. I'm going to embellish it, make it better.
Does it really mean that?
No.
You just wanted to add something. Anything.
Yeah, I have no idea what it means.
Okay. Where were they? Tullahoma, Tennessee. Guy swipes the camera. Well, the camera's owner, oddly enough, in this day and age, received a motion alert.
Did you know that Liechtenstein means lick the mug?
Go away.
Justin liked that one.
Received a motion alert. So, watching on said cell phone, he saw Frazier
take the thing,
stash it in his backpack, and pulled it out and sold it to a male subject that police were able to identify, according to the Tullahoma News.
They were able to the camera was still on. Oh, this wasn't wire. Oh my!
The live feed continued at the purchaser's home, no less.
I see. He likes dogs.
Where officers caught up, and his taste in decor is a bit eclectic. The live feed continued at the purchaser's home, where officers caught up with the loot.
Mm-hmm.
The purchaser told them where they could find Frazier, and the 35-year-old confessed immediately.
Yeah, really? I did that.
Really? What do you do? Is that you?
No,
yes,
it's not me.
It is. Deny. That's you. Yeah, but no.
So this actually was a plot point in Wit Trent. It's a show on ABC, new show on ABC. You're going to like it.
I've seen the first two, which I loved.
Okay, well then there's a plot point in one of the next two, where, yeah, it's that guy. You sure? Yeah, unless he's got a twin, it's that guy. Okay.
Oh no,
triplets.
Worse. Remember, there was some show you're watching. It's never the twin. Triplets? Never.
Well, and it's just a great little plot point. You're gotta be kidding me.
It might be one of the most interesting.
Oh, and I love his character
because he's very sharp,
very incredibly intelligent.
I mean, he sees things, which you would hope every detective would when they're looking. But he sees, and it's not like Sherlock Holmes, where it's like the weird little minutia.
Yep.
That he finds, which they honestly, and Sir Arthur was very upfront with you. He always told you just what Sherlock saw. So if you followed, you could have figured it out.
Yep.
Did you ever figure out a Sherlock Holmes story?
Not once.
Me either. No, not even close. I was pretty sure Watson did it 3 or 4 times.
And he's as brave as a bulldog. But no, this Will Trent is just a hoot, and he's dyslexic.
He is. And
to a point where he can't read.
He and the really cute cop she's the standard police officer in television wear.
His off and on girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They had spent time in the same home.
Yeah. Group home.
In the same group homes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually in the first 2 episodes, which are one really, they're combined. You figured out that one of the guys involved in the guy whose daughter was kidnapped.
Yep.
Was also in that group home.
Yeah. Hey, trash can. Dumpster just didn't fly right. It's the tin cup joke. Tin cup sounded better than clank.
And you get the idea that this girl probably beat the snot out of a few people protecting him.
Oh yes.
You just get that idea.
Yeah. You're gonna love the next
because he's a reasonably mild mannered. I mean, he's got a temper. And but he's a pretty mild mannered kind of guy, and she's not. She's the detective you expect in most shows.
Kind of brash.
You mess with her.
Yeah. Oh,
your nose gets scattered.
This is a great show. If
you
might
can
win
see
the fight,
but you're not going without marks.
If you can see it, Patrick. I think you'd like this one.
I don't want to say it's on Hulu because I know it is.
Yeah, it's on Hulu, but it's an ABC show, I think.
Tuesday on ABC's.
Yeah. So
We're usually gone on Tuesdays because girls have hockey, but
yeah, but I only stream. Maybe I won't say it like that again.
thank you ever. Can we be done now?
Yeah, let's do
Oh,
that.
good. Just stop this now because we're only going to get worse.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.